Uncasville, Connecticut, AP. Caitlin Clark had a rough playoff debut, sporting a black eye after accidentally getting poked in it early on. The Indiana Fever's star rookie missed 10 of her first 11 shots before finishing with 11 points and 8 assists in the team's 93-69 loss to the Connecticut Sun on Sunday. The AP's Rookie of the Year refused to use the early first quarter eye poke as an excuse for her off night. "Got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me," she said. "I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down. Tough time for that to happen. I thought I got some really good looks. 3 pretty wide open threes in the first half, you usually make." Clark's shooting struggles continued early into the third quarter before the Fever called a timeout. The young star smacked a chair on the bench in frustration. That seemed to get her going a little bit as she came out and hit her next 3 shots. Unfortunately for Indiana, Connecticut guard Marina Mabrey got hot, scoring 11 of her 27 points in the third quarter, and the Fever could never recover. "My shot felt like it was right there," said Clark, who finished the game 4 for 17 from the field, including missing 11 of her 13 three-point attempts. "It's so frustrating as a shooter when it won't go down for you. That's what stinks about it. We were right there. I think we cut it to 8, but then they came back down and hit a 3 on us." The Sun switched up their defense as far as who was guarding Clark. DeWanna Bonner, who is 6'4", drew the assignment a lot. "I took on the challenge. Next game she'll come out firing," Bonner said. Clark will get another chance Wednesday in Game 2, hoping to send the series back to Indiana for a decisive third game Friday. The WNBA single-season assist leader made her regular season debut in Connecticut, also back in May. She struggled in that game as well, missing 10 of her 15 shots. Even though this was a road game, like they have most of the season, the Fever had a strong following in Connecticut. It felt like nearly an even split of the sellout crowd who were cheering on almost everything positive that Clark and Indiana were doing. "Caitlin draws a lot of fans. She's amazing," Mabrey said. "They can come see whoever they want to come see, but at the end of day we're here to win a championship." Caitlin Clark had a rough start in her first career playoff game Sunday as the Connecticut Sun defeated the Indiana Fever 93-69 in Game 1 of their best-of-3 first-round series. Clark started 0-for-7 from 3 and didn't hit her first from distance until halfway through the third quarter. She finished with 11 points on 4 of 17 shooting with 8 assists, 4 rebounds and 2 turnovers. The Sun lost Tyasha Harris to an ankle injury early in the contest. She played less than 4 minutes and was seen late in the game on the bench in a walking boot. The Sun were led by in-season acquisition Marina Mabrey, who finished with 27 points on 9 of 20 shooting. Mabrey was acquired via trade from Chicago in July. DeWanna Bonner also had a nice game for Connecticut, scoring 22 points on 7 of 11 shooting, and Dejonai Carrington led a stellar physical defensive effort against Clark. Clark posted a -20 and shot 2 of 13 from three-point range. The Fever were led by Kelsey Mitchell's 21 points, and Aaliyah Boston posted 17 points and 11 rebounds. It was a choppy, physical game, and the Sun limited the Fever's ability to run and play at an up-tempo pace. There were various game stoppages and reviews early, further limiting Indiana's ability to find a groove. The Fever will need to make some adjustments to free up Clark and get out in transition in an effort to make this a series. Connecticut will play host to Game 2 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. Clark has not shot the ball well in this building. Her line, 11 points, 4-17/2-13/1-2, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers. It's one of the best scoring and shooting games for the Sun all season, and they needed it. Game 2 is Wednesday night with the Fever's season on the line. The in-arena host notes there were a lot of 22 in the building to make a Sun point, saying, "Of course, it was for DeWanna Bonner scoring 22. Christie Sides was already calling this one with subs waiting to come in, and Dejonai Carrington hits a 3 to drive the point home." Fever call a timeout to put Katie Lou Samuelson, Christy Wallace, Victoria Saxton, Grace Berger and Dantas on the floor. Thomas went down for about a minute. She gets up, immediately subs out and heads to the bench for a trainer to look at her lower right leg. That is the last thing Sun fans want to see. Absolutely no need to keep her in at this point, either. Yahoo Sports. Yahoo Sports. Search query. Sign in. Top public speaking course for children. Planet Spark. Yahoo Sports. WNBA playoffs. Caitlin Clark starts slowly in first career postseason game as Sun rout Fever. Yahoo Sports staff. Monday, September 23, 2024, 2:59 a.m. GMT plus 5:30. 180. Uncasville, Connecticut, September 22nd. Aaliyah Boston number 7, Caitlin Clark number 22, Lexi Hull number 10 and Alyssa Smith number 1 walked the court during a timeout during the first half of a first-round WNBA playoff game against the Connecticut Sun at Mohegan Sun Arena on September 22, 2024 in Uncasville, Connecticut. Note TO user. User expressly acknowledges and agrees that, by downloading and/or using this photograph, user is consenting to the terms and conditions of the Getty Images license agreement. Photo by Joe Buglewicz/Getty Images. Aaliyah Boston number 7, Caitlin Clark number 22, Lexi Hull number 10 and Alyssa Smith number 1 walked the court during a timeout during the first half of their game against the Connecticut Sun at Mohegan Sun Arena on September 22, 2024 in Uncasville, Connecticut. Photo by Joe Buglewicz/Getty Images. More. Caitlin Clark had a rough start in her first career playoff game Sunday as the Connecticut Sun defeated the Indiana Fever 93-69 in Game 1 of their best-of-3 first-round series. Clark started 0-for-7 from 3 and didn't hit her first from distance until halfway through the third quarter. She finished with 11 points on 4 of 17 shooting with 8 assists, 4 rebounds and 2 turnovers. The Sun lost Tyasha Harris to an ankle injury early in the contest. She played less than 4 minutes and was seen late in the game on the bench in a walking boot. The Sun were led by in-season acquisition Marina Mabrey, who finished with 27 points on 9 of 20 shooting. Mabrey was acquired via trade from Chicago in July. DeWanna Bonner also had a nice game for